Mr. Taylor.
Hi, this is Ebere calling from the Wealth Building CPA. How are you?
Yes, how you doing?
I'm
Good, good.
fine, thank you. How did you hear about us?
I can't remember of ISU. I think what you call it
Okay, Yellow's office, Information Services United.
the tax man, the tax
Yes.
guy, the
Yeah,
what do you call it?
Yellow. Mm-hmm.
The gold
Okay.
mine.
Yes.
Right. That's how I found out about you. And I told them I wanted to another tax person and referred me to you.
Oh, okay. How can I help you?
Okay, one thing I need another tax person. From what I read, the tax person I have is not doing the proper thing. I'm a real estate investor,
Okay.
and I'm furthering my career in real estate for as I'm going to start going commercial,
Okay.
and um, uh, also I'm going to retire.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to go be a full-time investor in commercial real estate. I'm mostly in apartment buildings
Okay.
that I'm going to start off first,
Okay.
and also set up help me to set up my entity for as the LLC. If you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I already have a business name, but I found out by reading his information that you should use your initials in the LLC. My business is called KT Investment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking to restructure that to, I say, well, change the name on it. And I kind of want to keep it, but I'm trying to figure out how do you do another name within that business, but you still own it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like I have KT Investment, but I want to put another business underneath that.
Okay. Okay,
I
I
think
can
that'd be the best way to do it.
So most of what you want to find out is about the entity structure and I guess and also the tax impact of the entity structure that you've chosen for a commercial property.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let me knock the first one out of the way. You can have another name. You just need to do a DBA, doing business as, or a trade name application. So whatever state where the initial LLC was registered, you can file a trade name application, a name that is going to be used when you're doing business, but it necessarily doesn't have to be the parent name. So to take care of that, you'll just file a trade name application, also known as a DBA, and then take it from there. Um, the other option could be if you wanted to get another entity registered as a single member and then have your parent company be the single member of that new LLC. But I think based on everything that you've described, I think a trade name or a DBA will just work.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I don't want to because I put too much into the name and working on and I have a
Mm-hmm.
website as well,
Yeah.
and I kind of want to
Keep it.
keep that. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
understand.
just me. It's
Yeah.
just me.
Yeah, so all you need to do to take care of that, just do a DBA. Most of the companies, McDonald's and Wendy's, most of them are DBAs. Not That's not actually the name of the parent company. So a lot of companies do that all the time.
Okay.
So you can use the DBA and kind of use one stone to kill two birds.
So I can have just like I have KT Investments, and I can
Mhm.
say just this I want to use the name Diversified Real Estate Association LLC. So that could
Mhm.
be the parent. I mean, the company under KT Investments,
Well, it
correct?
would not be a company. It will be a trade name, and you cannot have
Okay, trade name.
LLC. Yeah, you cannot have LLC beside it. If you're going to have the limited liability company designation beside it, you would need to register a new entity. But if you do a DBA or a trade name, it's still the parent company. It's just that when it's doing business, this is the name that it goes by.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said I can't use the LLC?
You can't use LLC as part of the trade name. So you can't
You
say,
can't.
for example, Ebere Okoye LLC. It has to be Ebere Okoye.
But to file for the, but specifically you want the LLC behind the core, you have to file for it,
No, it's going to ask
right?
you on the trade name application, it is going to ask you who the parent is. And so you're going to list the current entity that you own. But when it comes time to choosing the trade name, that name cannot have an LLC. If you wanted to have an LLC beside it, then you have to register a new entity.
But I want an LLC because that's my understanding. That's the best way to get the most tax write-off.
But
And
you already have the LLC. That's the parent. I think you're mixing up what I'm saying. The trade name is still your entity that is functioning. The parent entity that you have now is an LLC. It's just that
no,
it's
it's not.
doing
It's not.
business
It's not.
as, and then you choose a trade name. So the name of my company is the Wealth Building CPA. Nobody knows my parent company name. The Wealth Building CPA is the name that I use when I'm working with real estate investors and offering the wealth building program, but that's not necessarily a parent name. But it still doesn't mean
Right.
that it's not filed under the LLC because it's the LLC that owns that trade name.
Oh, okay. But see,
Mhm.
my company that I have now is not an LLC. It's just KT Investments.
Okay,
So that's
and
an
why?
LLC.
But why do you need to designate it when you registered it with the state? Was it registered as an LLC?
No,
What is it? What kind of entity is it?
it just how can I say I guess what you call it
A sole proprietor?
sole proprietor. Yes.
Yeah, so definitely based on what you're saying, that changes everything I just said. You definitely don't want to be doing business as a sole proprietor. It doesn't give you, excuse me, as much protection as you would get if you're using an LLC. So based on everything that you're saying, it sounds like you do need to re-register an entity and you do need to have an LLC. Now, what could
Okay.
happen is you can dissolve the sole proprietorship that you have and re-register that same name but as an LLC and then turn around and do the DBA. But it sounds like
Okay.
if
Gotcha.
what you have is the sole proprietorship, that's an absolute no-no for a real estate investor. You definitely want
Okay.
to get the asset protection, the limited liability, and the tax benefits. Sole proprietorship will not get you there. So what needs to happen is since you want to keep the name, you dissolve the sole proprietorship, re-register that same name as an LLC, and then do a DBA for the name that you're going to be using to do business.
Okay. Register as an
Hmm.
LLC
Yes.
and then as a DBA for the new other business DBA. Now, how
Hmm.
do I dissolve that? This
That would be just like you filed an article of organization to get the sole proprietorship set up, then you also need to file an article of dissolution. And that's something that we can handle for you, or whoever did it for you first can, do
I
the
did it all
dissolution
myself.
for you.
I did it all myself.
Okay, so you simply just go back to the website and the form that you filled out to get the sole proprietor name registered, there should be a dissolution form. Just like there was an organization form, there should be a dissolution form that you can fill out to get it dissolved. There will be a fee to have it dissolved, and then you can have it re-registered because as long as that name is with the state, you will not be able to use that name. That name is already being reserved. So if you still want to use that name under the LLC, you'll need to dissolve it first.
Okay, dissolve it. Okay,
Hmm.
okay. I do that. And as a dissolution
Hmm.
form. Dissolution form. Okay,
Yes.
gotcha. But also, I want you to, I didn't mean to say, I guess I'm blind. Now, start being my tax person because you was highly recommended.
Yes, thank you. The way that you can work with us, we also can help you with the entity structuring. For entity structuring, we charge 499. As you can see, sometimes trying to get this thing done yourself, you can end up making mistakes. I just want to be sure that you know what you're doing this time around so that you don't try to do it yourself and then end up,
Okay.
not doing it correctly. So you may want to, consider utilizing our services. We charge 499 to
495.
do, yeah, for the entity structuring. We also have an
Okay.
overall wealth building program that most of our investors sign up for. That wealth building program is currently at 24.95. If you come as a referral from Ally Yellow, you get it at 19.95, and that covers all of our services for the year. It covers the preparation of the individual and business tax returns. It covers any number of entity structures. So like this entity that you talked about now, that would be covered. And if you decided to form subsequent entities, those are covered as well. It covers our business meetings, year-end tax planning, which will be very important for you as an investor, retirement planning, estate planning, and then
Yeah,
also
I'm gonna retire.
financial.
Excuse me, I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna retire December.
Yes, and
So,
you definitely need to do the retirement and financial planning ASAP, especially because you're also going to be changing careers pretty soon.
correct.
So
Yes.
all those services are covered. You can either sign up for the overall wealth building program, or you can do a pay as you go. If you want us to do entity structuring, it's $4.99. If you wanted us to prepare your taxes, it's based on the number of forms that need to be filed. If you want us to do the financial and retirement planning, that's $2.99. So we have separate prices for each of the services that we offer,
Oh, okay, that's
and you
cool.
can
That's
do,
cool.
yeah, pay as you go, or you just pay the one price for the package, and it covers all of our services.
Okay. And that is this okay? Is this a one-time fee or
It's one time, and then on your anniversary date, you can choose to renew or move into the pay as you go option. We work with you, whatever works best. We've had 80% of our clients stay in the program simply because their business keeps growing, and all the services that we offer, they need that on a yearly basis. The other 20%, we get them set up the first year, make sure everything is right, and maybe all they need going forward is just tax preparation. So you know, they don't renew the program, but they still use our services for tax preparation or any other thing. And we've had some clients, stay on the program, get out, and then get back on as their business changes. So it's, based on what you have going on a year from now, you can make the decision to renew or not to renew.
okay? Now another question. So, if I get on the pay as you go,
Hmm.
will that still be at 119.95, 195, 1,995?
What do you mean?
You say because since I'm a member,
Yeah, if you remember, that's the 1,995. Pay as you go means you tell us which specific service you want and you just pay for that. So for example,
oh,
if you wanted the entity structure and you just pay the 499.
okay. But what I'm saying is, if I want the whole program, you said pay as you go, but with mine still okay? Because you said it's 1995 for the
Mhm.
program.
Yes.
But I'm saying if I go on the pay as you go, would it just
You mean
still
if
be
you
the
should
same
do a
amount?
payment plan? Is that what you
Yeah,
meant?
yeah, would it still be the same amount?
I think it's 20% higher if you do a payment plan. The payment plan, I think ends up being like 199 a month, or four payments, I think of 648 every month. If
Not the payment plan. You said pay as you go. Say for instance, like I said, I need the entity. Okay, I pay for that. I need you do my tax. I pay for that. I
mhm.
need you. You know.
Oh, it ends up being much more at the end of the day. So if
Oh, it
you
does.
were to
Okay.
add up the individual cost of the services that we offered, it's much more than you would have paid if you were on the plan. That's the whole benefit of being on the plan, is you get everything discounted because we're offering all those services to you for 1 year. If you did it individually, we've had a couple of clients who have done that, and they decided that they had to upgrade because it didn't make sense. They ended up paying almost double, sometimes 50% more, because they were doing the pay as you go.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm sorry
Okay.
about that. I wasn't sure I was understanding, but I get it now. The question, I thought you were asking whether you can do a payment plan on the 1995.
No. I was just
Okay.
wondering, does the payment plan equal the
Yeah,
total
the pay
plan,
as you, yeah, it's
1995?
usually more. It's more.
Okay.
Because let's say,
Okay.
for example, you have two entities that you need to set up. Two entities that you need to set up, 499 and 499, that's already $1,000. But if you're a
Right.
member of the wealth building program, it doesn't matter how many entities that you have to register. Same thing with the businesses. If you have an individual return with three business returns, it's covered in the wealth building program. But if you had to pay separately, it might be like $600 for the individual and maybe 350 for each business, that's already 1,200. So if you did that at entity structuring alone, it's more than exceeded. We haven't even talked about the um, unlimited consultations. We haven't talked about the tax planning. We haven't talked about the year-end tax planning. We haven't talked about the business meeting.
Okay. 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 All right. Gotcha. Okay. So how we get started?
What we can do is we can send you out the tax forms, the registration forms. I have information on my website, a webinar that talks about the overall wealth building program, as well as a section that describes everything that is covered. So we will send you out that registration form. You can take a look at it, review it, and then once you make a decision, fill it out and send it back to us. Then we will schedule your initial wealth building plan meeting.
Okay. Cause yeah, 'cause I filed an extension, so my
Okay.
deadline is October 15th for my
Oh, you got to get
tax
in
return.
immediately. Yes.
Yeah.
So already just on this call, you already have two services. You have taxes that need to be done, and you have
Right.
entity that needs to be restructured.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And all that's a write-off anyway.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes, you get it as a write-off.
Right. Okay. So you gonna submit a form? You gonna
Yes.
send it to my email,
Email address.
or
Yes.
you have it?
Yes. Hold on. Let me pull it. It's the Kenneth at ktinvestments.biz.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So we'll get that out to you by tomorrow, and then look forward to working with you.
Okay. So while I have you on the phone before you go, I have some more questions.
Mhm.
Now, when I get ready to buy property,
Mhm.
do I call you and let you know what's going on, or how we do that?
Absolutely. We need to be involved in the beginning. That's under our investment property purchase and assistance stage. Because I am a real estate investor. I've been doing taxes for 20 years, been a CPA for over 20 years, and a real estate investor for 15 years. So we do want to work with you from start to finish, how it's structured, what kind of liens need to be put on, how the promissory note, we even work with the title company and the real estate attorney to make sure they're taking into account those specific provisions that we need to give you the most tax benefit. Yes.
Okay. 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 That sounds good. I like this.
Thank
That leaves
you.
me a lot of stress off me and stop. I'm trying to do
Exactly. We
everything.
we we
Trying to do
market
everything.
ourselves as the integrate, the wealth building plan specialist because we provide an integrated approach to wealth building where you're not having to, go here to get the entity structuring done, come here to get taxes, go to another place to do the financial planning, another place to do the bookkeeping, another place to review. Because I'm a real estate investor, this is like your one-stop shop.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. Good. Good. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Well, I think I'm just do the because, like you said, I need taxes done. I need
Hmm.
entity stuff done. So that's like you said, it's grand now almost. So two
Yeah.
entities.
Yeah.
Is it best do two entities or just go with one?
Once we sit down and look at your real estate strategy, like exactly what you're doing with commercial, we may go one or it may be two, it may be three. For my
Okay.
investors that are buy and hold, we look at three entities. One that's going to be the title entity, one that's going to be the property management entity, and then one that's going to be the finance. But depending on your specific structure, what kind of financing you're getting, what's going on with the properties, we may just do one. So it can be one or it can be up to three. It's during your initial wealth building plan meeting that we'll make that decision on whether you need one or whether you're going to need all three.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I don't think my real estate person was doing the strategy that I was reading about in this
Yeah, there's
IRS.
very few CPAs out there with real estate expertise. And that's the reason why I became Aliello's number one CPA coaching student CPA because I learned all of his material. He makes it a lot easier to understand exactly what needs to be implemented. So I usually tell people Al writes the material, I implement, what he has in the material. There's very few CPAs that do that.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I think I've been losing a lot of money. 'Cause I own like three properties right now in
Mhm.
California.
Okay.
and I have a duplex on it. It's been appraised at 1.5 million,
Mhm.
and I got a lot of equity in these properties. I want to build on these equities. I don't just want to sit there.
Exactly, exactly. And the things that we look at, like the equity stripping and then putting a lien on them and all of that we do when we do your review.
Okay, cool. Okay, that
Mhm.
sounds good.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get you out the forms, and I look forward to welcoming you on board.
Okay, so I'll maybe send the forms in, and then I hear back from you guys, or
Yeah, we'll send you a welcome letter and all the things that you need to provide, and then after that, we schedule your meeting.
okay, when do I send it? 1995.
When you send back your registration form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I do it on credit card?
Yes, you have the option for the credit card on the form.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. That sounds good. And I
Okay.
want to, I go ahead and strip that, and yeah, probably go ahead and strip that KT investments.
Yeah.
That's so priority. I mean, so
Yeah,
priority.
yeah, definitely. You can't go you can't continue with that as an investor, but we'll get all of that taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. So
Looking
I
forward
look
to working
forward
with
to
you. Appreciate it.
thank you and have a great day.
Okay. So I'll get those, I guess, pretty soon, huh?
Yes.
Papers.
By
Okay.
tomorrow, later. Either this evening or tomorrow.
By the email.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.